Today I am going to tell you everything you need to know about update 1.11.1, what is new, what is old, what is good, what is bad. Update which on some servers should be up and running already, for example on the NA server, on the Asia server, but for EU and for Russian servers this update should go live in roughly 12 hours in the morning of 27th, and then the update is over here. So while you are enjoying some gameplay action on the background featuring the cherry on the top of the cake, the tier 10 gem in the Italian heavy tank branch Rinoceronte, let's see what this update has to offer. Here is a quick overview. Update 1.11.1 is coming your way. Commanders, take high tier Italian heavies for a spin and check out Platoon 2.0 system with new features that will help you search for platoon mates right from the comfort of your garage. We are also refining in-game interfaces and adding some of the best features from popular mods to World of Tanks. So going over the main feature which the update 1.11.1 introduces, of course, is new Tech 3 branch featuring Italian heavy tanks starting from tier 7. So quick pro tip, if you haven't done that already, start collecting some experience, or now you just play a couple battles with your tier 6 Italian medium tank and jump into tier 7 Carro d'Assalto P88, which in Wargaming's words should be quite a nice transition from medium tanks into heavy tanks, because this is basically a medium tank with some extra armoring. Hull armor in tier 7 160-20, not bad. Turret same 170-70, well, turret is actually quite meh. 45 kilometers per hour top speed, 1250 hit points, 240 alpha damage gun with 202 millimeters of penetration. So it is quite a standard tier 7 vehicle. As they say, quite a nice transition from medium tanks into heavy tanks. But talking about the tier 8 vehicle, which introduces the new reloading mechanic into this game. Starting from tier 8 you get the auto-reloading mechanic, which is old, but heavy tanks introduce the so-called compensation mechanic. If you take the shot a bit faster, or if you take the shot in a window when the shell is not reloaded yet, you get some compensation for the shell you had in the magazine, for example. So if you have one shell in the magazine already loading the second shell, and if you take the shot before the second shell is loaded, you still waste the one shell you had in the magazine, but you get some compensation back, so faster reload time for that first shell, up to 50%, which is not bad. But how often are you guys going to use that gimmick? Just play. Don't only theory craft, because if you find yourself being in situations where you need to take the shots versus should I wait, you guys are going to figure it out yourself as well. But I have one very, very quick tip for you. Please, just please, do not overthink, because you are simply going to lose damage. If you try to overcompensate, if you try to overthink, you are simply going to lose damage. That much I can tell you right now. Talking about the Brochietos Cc55 Mod 54, it comes with 320 alpha damage gun, 220 millimeters of penetration, 242 with premium rounds. So the premium rounds don't give you too much extra penetration, only 22 extra, 1450 hit points, which is on the lower side, 45 kilometers per hour top speed. This tank is actually the fastest heavy tank in this new heavy tank branch as well, with 45 kilometers per hour top speed, 0.38 accuracy, kinda a heavy tank accuracy, I would say. Aiming time 2.5 seconds, same kind of a heavy tank aiming time. Hull armor 170 and 40. It is sloped, so in tier 8, okay. Turret is also sloped, 180, 100, 100. Armoring versus standard rounds, it may get some bounces, but versus premium rounds, not super often. It is going to have 3 shells in the magazine, and time for the complete clip, time for 3 times 320 damage. 44 seconds. That's actually quite a big time to reload, because if your magazine is completely full and if you decide to get the best DPM out of it, cycling the final shell, it loads in 13 seconds. So you have to watch out for that. DPM is definitely not the biggest on those tanks. It is actually the lowest on the lower side. Tier 10 Rinoceronte actually has the lowest DPM compared to any heavy tank in this game, and tier 10 heavy tank in this game. So this tank is kind of introduction to the auto-reloading heavy tanks with the compensation mechanic, but before I'm going to move on into the juicy stuff, tier 9 and tier 10, let me announce yet another giveaway. So my plan was to give away 100,000 gold in January 2021 alone. I have already announced giveaways for 70,000 gold, so today, ladies and gentlemen, let's mark it down, 30,000 gold up for grabs. And this is going to complete our 100,000 gold. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, I am not able to do all of this alone, so let's hear a quick word from our sponsors today, and then let me tell you what you have to do to be able to win. And today, for already uncountable amount of time, let's say thank you to Brochietos Legends for literally making this giveaway possible. A game what you're able to play anywhere, anytime, even while prepping up food, as I'm doing right over here. It is a game what you're able to play together with millions of players on your PC or on your mobile devices, collect badass champions, buff them up, beat tough bosses, complete campaigns, whatever you want to do. If you want to check it out, there is a link in the description. Today I am going to talk about one faction called High Elves. High Elves are classic good guys, you know, but well, they have their own bad sides as well, but they live in their walled kingdom of Arabia. They're easy on the eyes, their queen is a powerful sorceress, and they have been fighting evil since before it was cool. The problem is, it is not always clear whose side they are on. To find out more, definitely take a look at the story campaign. Now, showing couple champions from this faction, Elaine was my first ever starting champion as well, with very good aura, HP aura, a couple legendaries as well, Elena Rill, for example, poisons and burns her opponents, or Buxniel is a support who freezes enemies and heals allies at the same time, or attack type legendary Basilius Ruanas, who hits hard through shields and stuns enemies with one of the abilities. And also last month, if you haven't heard about that, Raid also released their biggest update ever, featuring the long-awaited Tomb Tower with its giant 120 floors of endgame content to clear, a bunch of secret rooms, 12 bosses to beat. So, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Link is in the description, and if you are a new player, you will get quite a nice head start, featuring 50 gems, experience booster, some energy refills, ancient shard, and of course Void Champion Bulwark on the top of that. Just make sure you are going to grab your rewards from the inbox in the next 30 days and you are good to go. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, if we can get a little clapping action or thumbs up button click down for Raid, simply for hosting so many giveaways over here on this channel, which I am not able to do alone. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Last year, over $3,600 worth of giveaways, only because of Raid. I don't know what else to say. Today, 30,000 gold, ladies and gentlemen, up for grab. All you have to do for that is super simple. There is a pinned comment left by me, claim.io link, click on it, join, visit my social media sites to get some extra tickets. Well, definitely do follow my Instagram as well, actually. Let's try to hit 10,000 followers on the Instagram. That would be absolutely fantastic. It's like more behind the scenes stuff, you know. And yeah, take part of the giveaway and hopefully you are going to win. And I'm going to announce all the winners at the end of the month. So please stay tuned for that. Because now let's move on with the episode and let's look at the juicy stuff. Tier 9 Brochietos Cc55 Mod 66, featuring 400 alpha damage. Reload times are almost exactly the same, 43 seconds for the complete magazine, and 16, 14 and 13 seconds shell by shell. If your magazine is completely full, 13 seconds. If you have a one shell in the magazine, 14 seconds, and if your magazine is completely empty, 16-second reload time for 400 alpha damage. this time you actually have some decent premium round difference as well. 242 millimeters with standard round, and premium round gives you over 61 extra millimeters of penetration, 303. HE, by the way, 515 alpha damage and 120 millimeters of penetration, so not bad. Top speed 45 kilometers per hour, 1850 hit points, accuracy 0.36, aiming time a bit worse, 2.7 seconds. Hull armor 130, 70 and 40, and turret, it looks super good. This turret is like, the entire tank is super cool looking tank, mainly because of the slopes on the turret in my opinion, but 195 like raw armor value, but effective armor value is definitely over 200 millimeters. 105 on the sides, 105 in the rear of the turret. Shells in the magazine, 3 once again. I was able to play with it a couple battles on the test server. I think I aced it in my first battle, if I remember correctly, on Minsk. I remember the map as well, the same battle. The Rinoceronte is playing, or the same map Rinoceronte is playing on the background. And over there I did like 7,000, 8,000 combined damage. It felt good, although the DPM is just god-awfully bad, honestly. Now the thing with this tank is, if you're forced to empty your clip without getting the kill, because you know, when you get the kill, it is kind of rewarding because you are using your burst damage, you are using what your tank is made to do, to use its burst damage. Let's say you cycled through one shell, waited for the full reload, and then smack 1200 damage in the face into someone, getting the kill. It is super awesome feeling. But when you're forced to empty your clip and when you miss couple shots from the long range, then this tank feels so awfully bad. Honestly, the DPM is just, yeah, DPM should not be everything I know about the auto-reloading tanks, but many times it just feels like 400 alpha damage, 16-second reload time for 400 alpha damage in many situations I was put in. It feels like you are playing with Conqueror with broken ammo rack and dead loader. And if you have played your Conqueror with broken ammo rack and dead loader, then you know what I'm talking about. So DPM many times in many situations is going to lack for many of the player base who cannot take the maximum out of the other abilities of this tank. Are really not going to like this tank and not going to like the entire line, because next up let's talk about Rinoceronte, the cherry on the top of the cake, with 490 alpha damage, which is absolutely amazing. 640 alpha damage with HE, 127 millimeters of penetration with HE rounds as well. I have actually made one full HE Rinoceronte episode already due to popular demand. This tank hits hard. When it hits hard. It has super awesome standard round. To date, I have not used any premium rounds, not a single premium round. 268 millimeters of penetration with the APCR as the standard round, and premium round 325 millimeters of penetration, but it was heat, I believe, if I remember correctly. And shell velocity is super bad on heat, almost twice as bad, so the standard round on this tank is absolutely amazing. 2000 hit points only, this is super bad. Top speed 40, moving backwards 12, mobility in my opinion is already quite decent, accuracy is super good, 0.33, aiming time is super good, 2-second aiming time, but don't move your hull, don't move your turret, you lose a lot of your aiming. Because the hidden stats what Wargaming doesn't show us are actually quite bad. Hull armor 135, 75, 40, believe it or not, but this hull actually does quite some bouncing, especially if you're using your minus 10 degrees of gun depression. Turret armor 190, 120, 120. Frontally, this tank is actually quite a beast. If you know how to play it, it can bounce a lot of shells. But now, the biggest elephant in the room, 3 shells in the magazine. 52.7 second reload time for the full magazine. If your magazine is completely empty, 20-second reload time for 490 alpha damage. Same situation like IS-7 with 490 alpha damage with broken ammo rack and dead loader and 1 crew member. 17-second reload time when 1 shell in. 15.7 second reload time when 2 shells in, cycling through the final shell. You reload basically as fast as 60 dp reloads 750 alpha damage shell. But you don't have that burst on 60 dpm or on 60 dp. You don't have close to 1500 burst damage. This is where this tank shines the most. Take one shot, wait for the full reload. If you're able to do that, and then boom, empty your entire clip. Close to 2k damage done. This tank is super good at taking out targets, which are, let's say, 1000. Well, it is super easy to take out targets which are under 1470 hit points, but it is also good taking out targets which are under 1900 hit points, for example. So someone has received one shot or another shot, you know, from somewhere, artillery splash. You can just cycle through one shell and then go for the final burst smack. This is where this tank shines the most. But in many situations, when you have to use one shell, when you have to use another shell, you miss that shell, you have to take the third shell to take the killing blow, then you are the most vulnerable in this vehicle. 52 seconds, 53 seconds close to fully reload your magazine once again. And this is where this tank is so vulnerable, it sucks. As I said in my second preview episode about that, this tank sucks, but at the same time it doesn't suck. I was enjoying it, and at the same time I wasn't enjoying it. You know, like love and hate relationship in one vehicle in every single battle. You love some things and you completely hate some things on this tank. I can definitely give you a little hint, and I can definitely tell you that many, maybe even majority of the player base is not going to like this vehicle, so I would be very, very careful spending my time, like just grind out tier 8 maybe, and see how you like it, and then make up your mind, because you need to test those type of vehicles out. I am not the one who is going to tell you whether you are going to like it, whether you are going to hate it. I love it and hate it at the same time. But definitely I personally am going to grind it out, because it was quite a bit different gaming experience. So, Rinoceronte, ladies and gentlemen, tier 10 Italian heavy tank, coming with update 1.11.1. Moving on, let's see what they have to say more about this update. For example, Platoon 2.0, more options, more opportunities. I made one entire episode about this upcoming feature already. Basically, long story short, now in the garage we have a bit better interface featuring this platoon system. For example, you're able to see every single platoon mate, tier camos, tier mark of excellence, and all those things, which is absolutely fantastic. Finally, yes, welcome to the world of tanks as well. And there is a platoon member search feature, which you can search for different tiers. You can search for players with voice chat activated. The only thing, actually, I saw that from the comment section, very good idea, especially on the EU server. It is very necessary for the EU server. You should have language filter. Polish language, Russian language, German language, English language. Like, we have so many different languages playing on the EU server, because European, you know, many countries in one server, so that would be super neat. But the first thing the Platoon system is going to look for is similar WTR rating, similar World of Tanks performance rating, win ratio, no, overall the rating system what we have in this game. It is going to mark that as the main thing. Then the number of available vehicles in the tier. You can see number of battles in each of the selected tiers, voice chat enabled or disabled, and it prioritizes the clan members as well. I remember they said, like in one video, I remember they said that you are able to search by vehicles, vehicle class. That would be very nice addition as well. Let's say I would like to play with tier 8. I have medium tank or tank destroyer, but I need someone to scout for me. Let's say a scout is looking for a platoon as well to get some extra damage or extra assistance. So those players can line up. You can start searching tank destroyers as your platoon mate or light tanks as your platoon mate. That would be absolutely fantastic as well. And no fail platooning is still, every single player has to be from the same tier, and the commander of the platoon is going to decide the tier. H button, H new hotkey to mute unmute platoon voice chat, just in case, you know, someone starts screaming Rashpi, bled, or whatever, you know. We have many different languages, right? So Platoon 2.0, ladies and gentlemen, coming with update 1.11.1. Looking forward to it, actually. I'm actually going to make like dedicated episode or dedicated series about the Platoon system as well. Activating voice chat, talking to random players. Let's see what happens. And finally, some interface improvements as well. For example, they added one very popular mod from the mod hub, or thanks mod hub, proximity spotting circle, aka proxy spotting, aka 50 meters spotting circle. On the minimap, you have to activate it from your settings right over there. Can I see that on a big screen? Where did you go? Oh, over here. Where did you go? Yeah. So view range indicators on the minimap. They just added the show the proximity spotting circle as well. Please use that if you want to see this tiny little circle around your vehicle. This is actually very useful. Many players didn't know that, but you get automatically spotted even through buildings, even through everything if the vehicle is closer than 50 meters to you. This is called the proximity spotting. And also repair timer was added as well. Let's say your vehicle track was completely taken out, it is red, you know, you're waiting for the fix, and now it shows the seconds as well, how much time it is going to take. Still, same thing, please activate it, show the repair time for damaged modules, so you can more clearly see when the tracks are going to be up and how to prepare to escape or for your next maneuver. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is update 1.11.1 featuring Italian heavy tanks, some improvements, interface changes, Platoon 2.0, new vehicles, so new reloading system as well. So please let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I try to cover everything, absolutely everything you need to know about this. Hopefully I did good job. If I did, thumbs up button is for that. If I didn't, thumbs down button is for that. Hit the subscribe button so you are not going to miss my future episodes. And oh boy, you do not want to miss my future episodes. Most definitely. Take part of the giveaway. Good luck to you. Have a nice day. Stay awesome, stay sexy, stay naked. Take care and bye.